Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another YouTube video. If you're new here, my name is Enes and I've been trading stocks and options for the last 5 years now. And in this video and in other videos, we're going to go over a lot of very helpful tips. So before we get started, take a second to hit that subscribe button and turn that post notifications on so you don't miss out on the next video. Without further ado, let's get started. Here I'm looking at the chart of Tesla stock and I'm looking at the weekly. So in this video, what we're going to be talking about is how do I plan trading a stock. Basically, the day before or before the market opens, you have to have a game plan of what you're going to do and when. So the first thing that I like to do is I love to draw levels from the bigger time frame so I can understand what's going on. So I'm just going to walk through. This is just basically going to be me drawing levels on a stock. What's my process, and maybe a couple things that can help you along the way. So first things first, let's find out where the stock currently is right now. Here is the close, about 1084. After 3 strong weeks, let's see now some highs and lows. That's definitely a level, the high of last week. And then, for example, when I zoom in right here, you see another couple highs and lows. This one, for example, is 1119. If you take this level also, now you have like a tight zone kind of. So what I like to do is draw a rectangle between them and then extend it like that. And then next thing that comes to mind is the low of the week. Now the reason that I'm staying close to where the price currently is because it wouldn't really make sense to draw a level at 700 right now because Tesla stock is at 1084. So if you get confirmation at that level, you already missed the move. It dropped 35% already. So when you're drawing levels, keep that in mind. Start out where the stock currently is and then spread out from there. So you got this low right here, and then you got this high from the previous week. Then I'll check out wider highs. So the next high here could be this one, and then you got the all-time high. Another thing that instantly my eye picks up, because one thing you got to know is that when you do this over and over, it starts to become like more of a habit. It might take a little bit longer in the beginning, but the more you practice this, like everything, the easier and quicker it becomes. So here I see a gap. So right away my eye says, oh, boom, rising window. And I learned that from Steve Nyson, the godfather of candlesticks. He's basically the one that brought candlesticks over from Japanese people to America. America used to use bar charts. Candlestick charts originated in Japan. And he went to Japan, learned from them, and then came back and taught it here. So let's see what else we got. We got the low of this candle, but that's a little bit too far. So now you got this high also. So whenever I feel like I'm drawing it a little bit slower, then I'll just move on and go to the daily chart. Right? Now I'm on the daily. And then again, I'll zoom in to where the most recent price is, and then I'll take it from there. So for example, all these candles didn't show up on the weekly because it just fused into one candle. So after seeing something like this, I see that there's a couple of levels that are pretty close. Here you got this 1073 level, for example, and then this level 1076. That is very key, very, very key, and I'm gonna explain why in a second. I'm gonna extend that rectangle, and that's kind of like a zone, right? So right now it's a current demand zone because every time that it went down, it picked up. So here on this sell-off, it held, and then when it sold off here, it held. It didn't sell off under there, and then the next day it went under there but picked right back up. So here's a very tricky, choppy action on Tesla. So under that zone though, I would be more confident in betting against Tesla. And I would be very, very cautious about going long on Tesla under 73, right? Another key level that I'm watching is the low of Friday, 1066. And then it's kind of close to this open right here. So one other thing that I can do, since those prices are so close to each other, one thing that I like visually doing, again, is the rectangle. So I'll just do that and then extend it. And then it might not seem like you can like see it, but I'm not going to be trading off of the daily. Now, if you go here, it's going to be much easier to see it. Like you see the zones. All right, so now under 1040, you have these two highs. You have 1024 and 1021. That's one, and that's another one. And since again they're close, I'm drawing it as a zone. Boom. All right, so here's the levels for the downside, and then the levels for the upside from 1076 and up. This is kind of chopped. However, you do have a trend line that you can play like that if it breaks that, and also I guess the high of Friday. Inside the range of 94 and 66, it might chop. So I think for me, what I will do, and I think Tesla has a big chance of making a huge move if either one of two things happens. If it loses the 66 zone, 1066, or if it loses the 1073-ish, 73 to 60 is very dangerous for Tesla, and it could really crash and go back down to 1040, maybe even 1024. That's very, very reasonable considering how much Tesla is up. The uptrend would still be intact even if it does go to 1024. If you see that, 5% pullback, very normal, and it can still bounce off of the EMA at that point also. So I'm going to, try to get some puts and try to build a position on a day trade, or maybe scalp it depending on what happens that day, and try to catch it from 1066 all the way to 1053, maybe even to 1040, right? Depending on if sellers really step in that hard. And for the bullish side, over 1094 could be potentially bullish because it's breaking the high and it's also breaking the RT, the resistance trend line. So, or the bull flag. That's what, that's technically what it is. If you redraw as a channel, boom. This is called a bull flag. With the bull flag, you have a strong push in price, and then that's the flag basically. And let's see if I can draw it here. I guess with the trend line, you can kind of see the flag right there. You see that? Boom. That's the pull, and then that's the flag. All right. That's pretty much it. That's how I chart any stock that I trade, whether it's Tesla, Amazon, SPY, whatever I'm trading. That is how I'm charting it. And then as the day starts at 9:30, 9:35, 9:40, what I usually have is I have the 5 minute and the 1 minute up, and then I have level 2 in time and sales, and then I have an option chain getting ready to choose a call or a put, whatever, based on whatever I see. And I incorporate the EMAs from the 5 minute and 1 minute, and also sometimes trend lines from the intraday and also intraday levels. But there always has to be a key level from the daily, one of these levels that I just drew here. So you have all the levels that I'm going to be using for next week. That's literally all the levels specifically. Every single level that's here, that's what I'm going to use for trading Tesla next week. So an ideal trade for me, an A+ setup for me, would be using a level from the daily or weekly, and then combining it hopefully with a intraday level, with a moving average, with a candlestick pattern from the intraday or from the 5 minute or 1 minute. All right, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please let me know. And again, please I forgot how to speak English. Please don't forget to subscribe if you found this helpful, and turn on your post notifications so you can stay up to date on the next video. Every single day at 5:30 there is a new upload, so keep an eye on that. Let's grow, let's learn, let's get this money, baby. See you on the next video. Yahoo!